definitely using our strength and stamina. But we are also going to workshop a couple of postures using the chair, because sometimes we get into maybe bad habits and we feel something's really difficult and we're not quite sure where our center of gravity is in relation to that posture. Maybe we notice a weak spot or a place where we're not stable, so we shy away from it and we put more work and more burden and more load on the place where we feel stronger. And that can be a problem, that can cause imbalances. So with yoga, we want to try, especially with an approach, a therapeutic approach where we want to heal and stay well, we don't shy away from the weak spots. We lean into those weak spots and try and strengthen them and try and accommodate them. This is where our learning is. So first of all, sitting up nice and straight on your chair, and I'll just turn my chair side on. Doesn't have to be a posh chair, just a chair without arms, you know, so you don't slump back. I have a yoga chair, but to be honest, any folding chair is a yoga chair. I don't know what's so special about mine. And for now I'm sitting, I've got a towel on my chair. I mean, I haven't got a yoga blanket here, a firm yoga blanket. Maybe some of you have. I've just got a towel because I'm quite small. And what I don't want is for my hips to be too high above my knees. So that can happen when you're quite small, okay? You know, maybe you're too high up. So you want to try and have your thighs parallel with the floor. So your knees are directly in front of your hips and your feet are directly in front of your knees for now. This is how we're starting. We will be altering that slightly, but this is how we're starting. So sitting up nice and straight, you know, nice long back. Nice long neck with the crown of the head reaching upwards. And we are going to do some breathing into the heart. So this is why I'm sitting on this side, just for you to see the shape. My feet are really pressing into the floor. I'm not sort of relaxing like this, I'm not like this. I'd like you to find your ribs, okay? So find the lowest ribs. You know, maybe you need to have a little pioneering exploration. I know sometimes I do, okay? And find the lower ribs. And we're just going to, with the Sparsha Mudra, that is with the hands, with the fingers together, the palm nice and flat in line with the fingers and the thumb also close to the fingers. We're going to place the hands on the lower ribs. And we're just going to start today by some 3 low breath. We're not going to do loads of it. I just want you to get a sense of where the breath is coming into the body. Soften the shoulders down. Elbows are out, but they're not back. Okay, so they're just where they kind of fall. And the fingers don't have to touch, but they can be, if you're a lady and you wear a bra, it's more or less just under the bra by here. And you're feeling right into the ribs and you're softening the shoulders, lengthening the neck, broadening the collarbones. And just close the eyes and just start to sense where you feel your breath. Just noticing the ribs flare out as you inhale. The diaphragm drops down, and as you exhale, notice the ribs going back. So we're going to put a lot of emphasis into this area today. Breathing in. Notice how the ribs flare out, side and back, and sometimes I let them go and we carry on with this. Sometimes in yoga we say don't stick out the lower ribs with some postures, but in this class today I want you to concentrate on flaring the ribs. Breathing in and out. Now we're going to do 6 breaths together for a count of 6. So breathe out together. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, front, side and back ribs flare. Not just the front, thinking about the back and sides. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In, front, side, back. And out. Soften the shoulders though, don't hunch them up. Soften the face. Let's just do 2 more rounds because I've lost count. Breathe in. And out. Last round in. Last round out. And release the hands. And just notice where you feel the breath. Notice anything different in the body. And if you're there with me or if you're watching on replay and catch up, give me some likes or hearts or give me a comment, because sometimes I don't know if I'm just teaching to myself. Soften your shoulders. Lengthen the neck. We're going to go further up to the mid lobes, but getting a sense of when you breathe in diaphragmatically, you are breathing into the lower lobes, which then travels up to mid and then upper. Okay? So to do the mid lobes around the heart, you can place your right hand in between your breast or in the middle of your chest around the heart area. And the left hand with the fingers closed can be placed onto the thigh, or you can place both hands, again, Spasya Mudra, closed fingers, but no tension, across the chest like this. And the elbows are not out. You don't want to have to hold this posture, you won't be able to feel the breath, but don't squeeze them in either. So they're just hanging gently, so there's space under the armpits. And just close the eyes and for a few moments notice where your own breath is in the heart center, or the mid-chest, or the Madhyam Pranayama. Feel it where you feel it naturally. Placing the hands there, even though you're breathing in with the same nostrils into the same lungs. Placing the hands there give you the focus. We're going to do about 6 rounds of 6-6 breathing there, without moving the hands to the different areas. I just want you to think of breathing in for about 2, excuse me, into the front. The in-breath continues to the side and it continues to the back. So it's 6 count in all, but you are trying to mindfully bring the breath in mid, side, back. Okay? So let's breathe out together. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, expand the mid-chest. Breathe out. In. Out. Try not to press the hands in. Don't make them laboured, don't make them heavy. Breathe in. And out. In. And out. We'll do 2 more rounds. Breathe in deeply to mid-chest. and out. Focusing on the area around your heart, breathing in and out. Lower the hands. You can keep your eyes closed. It's easier to track what you feel inside when your eyes are closed. Blink your eyes open. We're going to come into the upper lobes of the lungs, and they do come up as far as this. We don't think they do, but they do. Unless we're hyperventilating, then we get a sense of it. Okay, so again, the right hand can be closed but not gripped. And feel into where the clavicle is, where the collarbone bones are, just here. You don't want to close them off, and you don't want to feel this on the throat, but just towards the edge, the lower edge of the clavicle, place the hand in a kind of horizontal position so you feel both collarbones, but the elbow is softly down. Now, another way you can hold the hands, if this feels uncomfortable, is you can place both hands into the creases of the hip. And you'll notice, even from the way I'm sitting, that placing the hands into the creases of the hips, gives me some space, under the armpits. Okay, and that's good for mid-chest breathing, maybe not as good for a clavicle. So I tend to put my hand here. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. My other hand is on my thigh. Okay, so let's soften the shoulders, close the eyes. Just get a sense, if you can sense where you're breathing into the upper lobes. Just noticing it. Then let's breathe out together. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, out. In. Out. A little bit more tricky to feel it in this area, so concentrate. Use the hands gently. Out. We'll just do 2 more, breathing in and out. Last round in. Last round out. Drop the hand onto the thighs. Sitting up really beautifully nice and tall. Just notice where you feel the breath. I hear the breath, I can hear it in my voice, I can hear that the tone of my voice has dropped. I'm breathing more deeply. I feel the resonance throughout the lungs. I feel the resonance throughout this area, around the chest, all the way down. Good. And take a sip of water and come to a standing position. I'm going to move my chair to one side for now. And we're working on some postures for the spleen. Now, the spleen is the biggest organ of the lymphatic system. It's about the size of your fist. And it's around at the left side here under the diaphragm. So when the diaphragm moves, the spleen gets a massage, and that's really good because the spleen is responsible for white T cells, for helping to fight bacteria, for recycling old cells, dead cells. It's very important. And when we do twists and when we do deep diaphragmatic breath, we're not just helping our capacity of our lungs, just bringing prana into the body, helping whatever part of the body the lobes are connected to, because lower lobes, lower body, mid lobes, okay? The heart, the arms, and then upper lobes towards the head. We're actually massaging those visceral organs, and the spleen is a very important one to make sure we keep it nice and juicy, if you like. I know that might sound horrible, but that's what we need to be able to do with it. So the diaphragm moving up and down can be really helpful for keeping the spleen healthy and well massaged, okay, and not stiff and stuck, okay, because that can happen. Okay, so let's just get some action into the body. Let's just do some shaking jatis, shaking out stress from the wrists, the hands, the elbows, the shoulders. Just getting some movement in. And then maybe we're shaking our legs one at a time. And maybe you want to do a little kind of hop from one to the other, just to get some energy going, get the circulation going. Just shaking all around, maybe bending the knees softly, getting down, just giving your hips a nice stretch, maybe to the back, to the sides, behind. Just shaking it all off. Can be really, really nice to do that. Even if you just did that, if you just did that in the morning, you'd feel a bit more alive. And gather it all up, and whoosh it all out. Whoosh it all out, and just feel the sensations in the fingers. Press the feet into the floor. And we're just going to warm up the shoulders and the arms. Okay, so I'll stand this side on. So again, feet are hip distance, pressing into the floor. Make sure there's nothing behind you. And we're just going to rotate the arms. So we give the body a fighting chance of being ready, because we are going to do a couple of strong postures. We're workshopping them, okay? It's not a flow this week. We're workshopping a couple of postures that I notice that people struggle with. Just let it go. Yeah. Nice bit of freedom, lengthening the limbs. On the other side. And please place your right hand onto your left shoulder if you feel the joint is a little bit precarious, so you don't feel confident. And just swinging from front to back, keeping your feet engaged. And I'm going to give mine a good old swing, because that's what I feel I need. Do what you feel you need. Good. And just coming forward, so I'm going to just swing a little bit here. Okay. From side to side. I am lifting my heels and bending my knee a little bit so that I don't torque the knee. Just giving a bit of freedom to the pelvis. That's good. And I want you to think of the shoulders. And with the breath, we're thinking of, I said we're doing, even though we practice the 3 lobes, the focus today for the breath is the lower lobes, because I want to flare out those ribs. So, thinking of the shoulders and coming forward with one, coming forward with the right one. Few rotations forward. Notice what it does to the lower ribs. Just feeling into that. And then the left. So doing them separately. Lifting up the left shoulder, rotating it forward. And getting in there nice and deeply. And then noticing if there's any difference between the left and the right. How do you feel it in the ribs? And then both. And it always feels a little bit more sticky to me to come forward with the shoulders. We tend to roll them back, but see if you can roll them forward and really bring them up high, lifting with the shoulders as opposed to using the arms. And just shake it up. Now bring them up with an in-breath and out. Really let them drop. Breathing in here, bring them up and let it out. One more time like that. Bring it up and let it out with a big sigh. And hopefully you've got a bit more space between the ear and the shoulder now. Okay, you can breathe into the right, look right. Breathe out as you come back. Breathe into the left, look left. Don't go any further than feels comfortable, because we can be stiff in the morning. Bring it back. Drop the chin, keep the eyes open. Keep the eyes open, drop the chin. And come in a clockwise direction first. Just rotating the head and welcoming the crunching. Don't go too fast. Let the opening happen in a natural way. Soft shoulders. Nice stretch for the neck, but you don't want to throw it around. And back the other way. And yeah, those crunches can be like almost stereo surround, can't they? It's just the vertebrae opening up a little, so don't panic, but try not to lift the shoulders up to meet it, okay? Nice stretch for the back of the neck, keep the chin down. Let the head hang. Breathe in, and then just bringing the chin back before you start to look up. Keep the eyes open, keep the feet engaged. Stretch your throat, and bring it up. So shake it all out again, take a sip of water, please get your chair. You will need a chair. And you might need a towel or a blanket on the chair. I'll put it this way, because I think it's going to be a bit easier. We're going to practice Uttkatasana, okay, the chair pose or the fierce pose, which is strong even though it's simple in its form, and it gives people a lot of issues, I think. Because I want to do some standing twists in the chair pose, in Uttkatasana. So when we normally sit up on our chair to do the breath or to do other chair yoga, I'm always saying for you to bring the knees in front of the hips and the knees above the ankles, which is generally the way we practice for lots of things. With Uttkatasana, the classic pose, the knees are not completely over the ankles. Usually the feet are back slightly. So I want you to bring your feet back as far as it's comfortable. And I know some of you have knee injuries. I don't want you to cause pain, but I want you to bring it back as far as is comfortable while you're keeping your heels on the floor. So some people, you know, their heels are here. If they bring their knees back, the heels lift up. So see how far back they can come while still being comfortable, and notice the difference in the shins. Okay, so still sitting up nice and tall. I want you to see if you can really press the heels into the floor. Press the heels into the floor and notice, you know, as you're straight, where the load is in the body. If the load is so much in the knees, you're thinking, Linda, what the hell are you doing? Bring the feet under the knees, okay? This is going to challenge the little weak spots, but I do not want you to cause injury or pain. So you have to be your own boss, okay? Because I'm not in the room with you and I can't see. So I'm bringing my back close to the chair. My heels are coming back close to the chair, but only as close as I can get my heels on the floor. You can feel it. I can feel it in my shins. Other people might feel it more in the hamstrings or in the quads. So this is my straight position. Now from here, I'm going to raise up my arms. Just straight, not forward, straight. I'm lengthening through the little fingers. Really lengthening through the little fingers. I'm breathing in, and then I'm slightly coming forward. I'm not coming down, I'm coming forward. And then notice where the weight changes. So you're coming forward and the weight changes into the sole or the ball of the foot. So breathing in, come back, and bring the arms down. So I want you to get used to that change, that shift, where you feel it in the body. And notice if you're doing it more on one foot or the other, you need to try and keep it equal. Okay. So heels are closer to the chair, than they normally would be when we come to sit, because this is Uttkatasana. The knees don't come directly over the ankles in the classical pose. Unless that's the only way you can achieve it, that's all good. But for now, let's workshop it. Breathing in, I'm just coming up straight. I'm lengthening through the side body, through my little fingers, pressing the heels into the floor. There's not much weight in the ball of the foot here. Now I come forward. Notice where the weight changes. It changes, comes into the front of the foot. Breathing in, come back and down. So next time we're going to stand up by that shift of weight and standing up, okay? Because people tend to, with Uttkatasana, because it's simple, but it's strong. It's called fierce pose, so there's a reason for that, okay? They tend to, their neck is shortened and they're trying to reach forward, and the knees, they feel it in the knees as opposed to feeling it in the legs. So the inside of the heels coming together, they're not close together, the energy is coming together. Heels are back, breathing in, lengthen through the fingers, Now bring the weight forward onto the balls of the foot, breathe in and rise up. Arms come down. So you should feel now you are in equal balance. Okay, equal balance. Now nobody's taking your chair from you. Trust the chair is there, okay? Because we're going to come back down without looking. Okay. So trust your chair is there and trust that it's stable. It's not a wobbly chair. Okay, so breathing in here. Lengthen up as opposed to forward. So you're lengthening up. Now, slow old elevator coming down. Slow elevator. Soften the knees. Soften the hips. Soften. Slow. Notice. 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 Now come to where the bum is just above the seat. Okay. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Soften it down a bit. Push through the feet and the thighs. Breathe in here. Arms are up. And come down. Now see if you can come down gently, confidently, and let the arms down. It's hard work. Bring the feet out into the front. Maybe you need to lift the ankle, rotate. We're just doing it once more. If you practice just this every day for half an hour, you're going to be so strong, okay? It's a strong posture. And the left leg. So we don't just fly into it. We take our time. We take our time. Really good as well, as we're getting older, to be able to have the confidence and strength and balance to get up out of a chair without holding on. Using the breath and using the structure in the body. Okay? So feet back. We're going to do 3 up and downs, and that's it, okay? Breathing in. Let's lift the arms first. Let's feel the heels on the floor. Now we come forward onto the balls. I mean, the whole foot is down, but we feel the shift, yeah? We feel it. Press into the floor, raise up, arms down. Just stand for a moment, noticing the balanced position on your feet. Breathe in here, lift up those arms through the fingers, through the little finger, yeah? Use the little finger to raise up. Breathe in, stretch it. Now breathe out. Slow. Keep the little fingers up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up. Keep them up. You can look forward, but maybe not down until you get there. And the arms come down. Take a breath. Takes time to do this. Takes strength to do it. Takes focus. I want you to think of breathing into the lower lobes. It's a lot to think about when you workshop something, I know that, so don't worry if it becomes, too much. Do what you can. Breathe in here. Fingers, your knees are forward, your heels are slightly back. Now come forward onto the front of the foot more, but the whole foot is down, it's not lifting. Breathe in, press into the floor. And down you come with the arms. And take a moment just to notice. Take a moment just to notice. Breathe in, the arms go up. Keep the fingers up, up, up. Breathe out slowly, softening the knees, softening the hips. We're going to stop about here. Okay, we're stopping. My back is straight, my arms are up. I'm not here. Okay, up. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, soften. Bum is coming back. Look up if you like to. Look forward. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out. Now look, just hover. Hover here above the chair. Use your feet. And softly come down. It feels like you run a marathon. It's really strong. But it's a really good, safe way, coming up and down slowly, to build that strength and to get a sense of direction and a sense of your center of gravity. So sit back a little bit more in the chair and raise up the right foot and the left. Time always runs out on me. I always want to do so much and things take so much time. Yeah, we're going to stand up and put the chair away. So come and stand up, put the chair away a minute. So the lesson from that really is the shift of the center of gravity, the shift from the heel to the front of the foot. I say the front of the foot, I don't mean the toes, you know. And also the straight arms, so we don't kind of bend forward into it. Okay, so let's try. Standing up nice and straight, pressing the feet at equal distance into the floor. Breathe in and lift up through those little fingers. As tall as you can be. So the little finger wants to go taller than the middle finger. Breathe out and soften. We're just not coming too far down. We're just coming to here. Yeah? Feel where you feel the feet, where you feel the load in the feet. Breathe in and come out. And when you bend the knees, don't think of it as a bend, think of it as a softening and a letting go. Okay? Can be much easier for the mind, and it can be easier for the knees. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out. Soften those knees, maybe a little further down. You can look forward, you can look up, but the arms are not here. They're here. And breathe in, up you come. And open. May not be a favorite pose, but it's worth putting some work into it, okay? Looking at the feet, make sure they're equal distance apart, pressing them into the floor. Breathe in here. Now, breathing out, soften. Keep the feet nicely equal. Use the feet, it's all about your feet. Nice, long back. Now this time you're going to soften even more and come down. So the belly, the chest comes onto the thighs, head comes down. Drop the head. Take a break. Take a break here. Your arms can come behind the knees if you like. And really curl over. Maybe the bum comes down a little bit. Keeping the feet planted into the floor. Bring the arms forward and uncurl, pressing the foot through both feet through the floor. Just uncurling. And shake it out. Okay, you're going to have thighs so strong. Okay, and it will protect the knees. Okay. So let's come again. Coming up. Through the small fingers, long as you can. Long, 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 long. Now breathing out through that lower ribs. Soften. Soften and pause. Breathe in, lengthen more. Breathe out, soften. And you're going to keep coming in all the way down over the thighs. Head comes down, butt is going back, Knees are slightly over the ankles, not too much, they're not coming over the feet, slightly over. Now encourage the shins back. Encourage the shins back. Resist. Head down. Head down. Soften the pelvis more. Down. Keep the head down. Soften. Breathe in and uncurl. So you want to push the feet. Push them to uncurl. Otherwise you won't have the strength to come up. Shake everything out. Shake everything out. Take a sip of water. So, I'm going to come and stand to face you. Feet equal distance apart. Bring your hands together in a kind of a dome in front of you. Okay? So there's a bit of a dome going on. They don't have to be gripped tightly. I want you to breathe in here. We're going to sort of simulate the diaphragm. Okay, as we breathe in, diaphragm drops. Elbows are open, breathing out. Okay, dome, breathing in. Flatten, open the elbows, breathing out. So as you breathe in, flare those ribs. Breathe in. Flare the ribs, don't suck it up and lift the shoulders. Breathing out. Good. One more time, breathe in. And one more time, breathe out. And drop the arms and just shake out the shoulders because that can cause a little bit of tension. You should feel a bit more freedom in the upper back now. So we're coming into easy Uttkatasana. Okay, we're not coming all the way down initially. Okay, let's do it. We're going to breathe in here. We're keeping the arms long and we're softening the knees. Softening the knees. I'm going to breathe in and lengthen, and as you breathe out, I'm softening further back. Breathe in, lengthen, and soften back. Now, I want to bring my right hand to the outside of my left leg. Maybe I can catch the ankle. Doesn't matter if the arm is like this. Doesn't have to be like that. My left arm is coming behind. So my left arm is coming to, I would say, the crease of my right hip, if it can get there. Keep softening the pelvis. I want you to breathe in and look forward. Breathe out and look to the left or over your left shoulder. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Twist a bit more. Breathe in. You can look down if the neck is sore. As you breathe out, twist a bit more. Don't panic about it. Keep the feet engaged. Keep the thighs engaged. Look down. Drop the hands and you're uncurling. So press your feet. Press your feet and up you come. Shake out the legs so that the thighs don't hold too much tension. I'm going to do the other side. You notice when you stop the twist how this feels really lovely. But it's strong, so take your time. Okay, so breathing in, we lengthen. Really lengthen. Little fingers lengthen. Breathing out, we soften. We're softening. I'm softening. I'm trying to keep equal distance in my heel and the front of the foot. I breathe in, I lengthen more. I'm looking up really, not to the ceiling, but looking up ahead. I soften a bit more. One more time, breathe in, soften. I'm bringing my left hand to my right ankle. But I'm not bringing it across the knee, that's just too much for me. If you can do it, that's fine, do what you like. I'm really weighting my pelvis back and I'm using my thighs, I'm using my feet, not my knees. My knees are cool, I'm okay. And my knees are dodgy, okay? My right hand comes behind and I might catch it into my leggings. I might just get my space. I look forward. I breathe in into those, really flaring my ribs. I'm breathing out to the right. Shoulder comes up and back. I'm going to breathe in and flare my ribs. I breathe out, twisting more. Just doing it one more time. Press the feet, use your thighs, breathe in, flare them, and breathe out. Breathing in, come forward, breathe out, and then in to come up. Okay, strong, okay? Well, it's strong for me. You might be doing it thinking, what's she on about? It's really nice practice for the legs. I just want to check that I'm thinking about the spleen. Okay, so we're going to do a lunge twist. Now, lunges are also something that people get problems with, or they sometimes hurt their hips because they don't maybe set up the lunge in a stable way. So what I'm going to do is use 2 blocks. You might not have them ready, I don't know, but I'm going to show you how you can set up for a lunge safely. You can have 2 cushions if they're firm. You could have 2 books as long as they're the same height. But get some blocks if you can, because they're only a couple of quid. So coming into a forward fold, I'm going to bring my right foot back. Now, I want to make sure that my right foot goes far enough back, but I don't want to move my left knee back from my left ankle, okay? And I want to keep the hips in front, the knee in front of the hips. So what I'm doing with my left hand, I'm pushing it onto the block. My left arm is close to my left knee. Maybe I should come this way. Not sure what you can see and what you can't see. Okay, so my left knee, I'm really pushing it into my left arm. This is the containment I want to feel in a lunge. I want to press through the back heel as though it's going against a wall. But the most important part is that I think about the outside right hip, yeah, the outside right hip going to my right heel. And I also think about my left hip coming in and under, because I'm pressing into the left knee, and from the left foot to the left hip, I'm making connection. I'm not just flopping into my hip like this, which is dangerous. Press through the foot, the arm comes against the leg. This is how I'm practicing my lunge. And you need to get used to this, okay? Some of you can't put the back knee down, but those of you who can put it down to take a break. If you can't put it down, you need to come forward. So I'm just showing you how we build the containment, and come all the way back up. And I'll show you the other side, and I'll talk you through again. It's not complicated, but it's something that we bypass, I think, when we're coming into high lunges. And it can be tricky for the hips. So, just show you the other side. So the right hip, the right foot forward, and the left foot back. You can see that my knee is in line with my ankle, and my foot's really pressing into the floor. But I could lift my toes. So I'm not gripping. I don't want to grip my mat. I could lift my toes. My right block is going down, and I'm thinking about my arm coming close to my knee, and I'm resisting against it. My knee's pushing into my arm's pushing into my knee, which helps me keep my right hip in. It's not turning out, it's turning in and down towards the heel, which gives me so much more stability. Keep pressing into the arm. Even if you haven't got blocks, you can be doing this. It's strong. Keep pressing the left heel back. Nice long leg. If you want to, you can lower the knee, if you can, and come up to the other knee. And without without disrupting this hip, always keeping it back and in towards the heel. Okay, towards the heel. So you have lovely containment there. Tuck the back toe and come forward. And come all the way up. Okay? So we haven't moved much, but we've worked hard. We have worked hard on our strength, our stability, also on our center of gravity, and stabilizing the hips. So the last posture we'll do before relaxation will be a lunge with a twist to help the spleen, okay? So I'll come maybe to the right side first. Yeah. So let's just take the left foot back, the right foot back, sorry. I'm going to place both feet just flat on the floor for now. Then I'm bending my left knee. Bending my left knee, and I'm thinking of what I've just said. That I want containment from the knee to an invisible arm, and I want to make the connection from the front foot to the left hip. You know, the front foot is the left foot. I want to make a containment from that heel to the left hip, so the hip doesn't fly all over the place, and I can really stretch back my right foot, and I just want to be here. Don't lean onto the thigh. We're going to breathe in and raise the arms. Keep the back heel pushing towards your invisible wall, your left knee against your invisible arm, left hip back. Notice how much difference it makes to your containment and your stability. I'm going to come forward with my right hand, still keeping that stability with the foot to the hip. And I breathe in, and then I breathe out to twist. Keep the hip in, don't let the hip fly everywhere. Keep breathing. Keep holding onto it. Breathe in, breathe out and twist. Keep the hip though in the same place, don't let it come back. Bring the hand down. You can stretch the front leg if you like. Bring the foot forward. And come all the way up. We'll do it on the other side for the last posture. Hope you're still with me, because I know I've been going into detail with things. Shake out the legs. And we're going to just slowly bring the left foot back. And just find yourself in a stable position. Keep both feet on the floor initially. It's so important to be stable and confident and not worried about things. Okay? And you can use your body and practice with the weaker side so that you build that sense of robust stability. Soften into the front knee, but keeping the foot flat on the floor, really flat. Thinking about the relationship between the knee and your invisible right arm, pressing it into the visible right arm, hip is coming back and down. You can reach up and down. Keep the left leg nice and long. Mine needs to be a bit longer here. I haven't got enough room. Press the front foot into the floor. Keeping the knee above the ankle, the hip behind the knee. Don't let the hip fall out. Breathe in and breathe out. Twist. But keep the hip in the same relation to the foot. Breathing in. Breathe out. Twist. Breathing in and twist. Really bring the belly back and bring it back down. Look forward. You can straighten the front leg if you feel like you want to. And come back up. Head down. And you can uncurl. And come to the center. And shake out the legs. Good for you if you stayed with me. I need to send for more lighting. I seem to be dark, quite dark in this room today. before we come to the floor, we're just going to do one more twist. Okay? So we're coming into Uttkatasana. So set yourself up, feel nice and equal. Arms come overhead. Lengthen through the fingers. Soften down. Soften down. Soften down more, soften down more. Maybe there's a bit more freedom here now. Right elbow to outside left knee. Keep pressing. Press the leg towards the belly. Press the leg towards the elbow. So you've got resistance, okay? Breathing in. Keep the leg pressing. So you twist, looking over your left shoulder. Keep pressing that leg into the elbow into the leg. Breathing, come forward. And all the way back up. Shake off. And the other side. So, lengthening. Coming through the fingers and side body lengthens. Breathing out. Softening, softening, softening. Softening a bit more, bit more, bit more. Left elbow to outside. Maybe you can join the hands. Keeping the pelvis back. Nice and soft. Breathe in. And breathe out. Twist. So keep the resistance between the leg and the arm. Breathing in. Breathing out, twist. Breathing in. And twist. Twist. Look forward. Hands can come down and you can uncurl. Okay, shake everything out. Shake everything out, and please get yourself to the floor, however you want to do it, whatever suits you, and come onto your backs, please. Yeah, come onto your backs. And we're going to finish with a nice supine twist. So open up your arms, lengthen your legs first. Just allow the body to land. Lengthen through the left leg, draw the right knee in, and really keep the shoulders on the floor. Nice long neck, nice long neck. Bring the left hand to the outer right knee. Bring the right arm alongside from the shoulder coming out, maybe sort of cactus arms, or maybe the arm is straight from the right shoulder upwards. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, you want to twist your lower body, but you keep your upper body on the floor. You're not twisting your shoulder up, your chest. Don't pull the knee. I'm going to stay for a few breaths so it will go as far as it can with release, okay? So you may want to look towards the right, keep the shoulder on the floor, bend the elbow if you need to. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, twist further to the left with the lower body. Upper body stays intact. Breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can twist a little more by bringing the belly back. Breathe in. And out. Just stay there a moment. You can release your left hand and just park the right foot behind the left knee and just enjoy the stretch and the twist. Breathing in, bring the knee up. And bring both knees up and just reset yourself by doing some nice rotations with the knees so you get into all your little nooks and crannies. And you can and lengthen the right leg down. Bring the left knee in. Really squeeze it towards the chest. You probably have a little bit more space in the body now, so squeeze it in. Right hand to the outer left. Left arm across the, well, not across the body, across the floor. Stretching away, but it's intact with the floor. Breathe in here. And bring the knee towards the right. And just let it find its place. It doesn't have to get to the floor. Rolling your lower body away from the upper body. You are twisting. So breathe in here. Breathe out. Look towards the left if your head's okay. Sometimes people need a pillow for this. Keeping the upper body intact. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release, like you're wringing out a dishcloth. So you're releasing down. You're not pulling the leg down. The right hand is there just as a focus. One last time, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Breathe in, bring it up. Bring the knees up. Hands on the knees. Breathe in, let the knees drop away and stretch the arms. Let the feet dangle. Breathe out. Belly comes back. Knees come towards chest. Twice more. Breathe in. Knees drop away. Breathe out. Belly comes in. Knees come towards the chest. Last time like that, please. Breathing in. Lengthen. Breathing out. Squeeze yourself. Give yourself a hug. If you're on your own, I'm on my own today. Oh, I won't be able to hug actually. But I will be in some company later walking. I'll just rock back and forth. And coming to your Shavasana, I'm going to come up because I want to read you a poem as you're relaxing. So lie in your Shavasana please, or maybe you've got your feet up the wall, or maybe you've got the legs up on a chair. However you feel you need to be supported. And I've got a lovely poem by one of my favourites, John O'Donoghue, from his beautiful book Benedictus, which has a prayer, a blessing, a poem for every occasion, including today. If I can find it. So just let your bodies be comfortable on the floor. The glasses. There we are. Okay. So closing your eyes, letting the sensations of the body be what they are, just relaxing the heavy bones, the flesh, the muscles, letting yourself be heavy on the floor. This poem is called For Eros. So I'm just going to read it as you relax. When you love, may you feel the joy of your heart coming alive as your lover's gaze lands on your eyes, holding them like the weight of a kiss, deepening. May the words of love reach you and fluster your held self, the way a silhouette of breeze excites a meadow. When you are touched, may it be the gentleness you desire, your lover's hands sending each caress deep into your skin, like a discovering glance. May slow sequences of kisses discover your secret echoes. May your desire flow free and never be fettered by the thorn chains of old guilt or crippled touch. May you feel how your soul loves when your skin glows and your eyes darken when promise ripens. In the gaze of your lover, may you see clearer in the mirror of your own being. May the silences be spaces where you can gather swiftly, at ease with all the subtle complexity. May you be able to listen to your lover's heartbeat and think only of the joy you can awaken. May you be able to let yourself fall into the ocean rhythm, unfolding evermore until you become one crest of wave, rising in wild form, whose beauty will show in the graceful sweep of its homecoming. Just allowing yourself to feel expansive and spacious, both in your mind, in your breath, in your body, in your spirit. Space for all of the emotions, space for all of the feelings. No blockages. And with an inhalation, maybe stretching your body, maybe curling into a ball, maybe rotating the ankles and the wrists, wriggling and wiggling the fingers into some activity. Bringing the practice with you into your day. Roll over onto one side or the other, whichever is good for you. And come to a seated position. And join your hands at your heart with your eyes closed. And just pause for a moment. Just pause for a moment before you step into the rest of your day. To acknowledge the love that you are, the love that you give, the love that is given to you. And to extend that love throughout the day. Not just on Valentine's Day, but every day as much as you can. Living in the state of love. Thank you. Namaste.